Well, good morning, everyone. It's River Guide here, and it is February 1st, out on another training hike. Today we are in Columbia, Pennsylvania, heading north toward Marietta on the Northwest River Trail. This is the old abandoned rail line, and when they used to run steam locomotives, this tunnel is where the trains went through. It's a good place to come for shelter when it's raining out. Today it is 26 degrees. We got a little bit of ice melting. We also have some icy spots on the trail. I saw one bicyclist out today and 3 other people hiking. So a couple days ago I put together my final wish list of items that I wanted to take along with me on my Appalachian thru hike. And one of those things is an umbrella. If you've watched some of the other videos, you know that some of the hikers will either wear a raincoat or a poncho, and some prefer an umbrella. And now I have all 3. And I was thinking about the poncho, and the poncho means you can throw that over your pack and you don't really need a pack cover. But the poncho, at least mine, weighs in at 9 ounces. And I think I need the raincoat anyway, because when it's breezy out, you still need some kind of a windbreak. So between the poncho and the umbrella weighs in at about 7 ounces. And you have to attach that to your shoulder strap somehow. And there's only a couple of videos that show people doing that, but I think that's the way I'm going to go, assuming the umbrella can somehow fit under my pack cover, because I can't use the umbrella as a trekking pole. So that's one change. I also have a little chest pack where I keep my camera, sunglasses, my Rode video mic me, a little tripod that I made yesterday for ground shots. It only weighs 1 inch. So if you're handy and have a little workshop, you might want to look for that on my channel. It's just made out of a metal clothes hanger and a piece of wood and nuts and bolt. Pretty easy to make. Need a sharp knife. So anyway, the chest pack that I have, or a little bag, I'm thinking about velcroing that instead of tying it on the way I have it now. I think Velcro might make it a little more secure. Tomorrow they're calling for colder temperatures and perhaps more snow, so I thought it'd be a good day to get out today and do a little more hiking. Maybe in the meantime, either this evening or tomorrow, maybe I'll work on downloading some of my music to an MP3 player, which I'm taking along. These hillsides are really steep. They're not particularly easy to climb with all the deadfall. But there's a trail up here we're going to cut off onto and go up to the Breezy Look Overlook. At least that's a good trail up to the top of Chickies Rock County Park. So let's get up to the trail. So we're getting close to the top of the Breezy Wood Overlook Trail. I'm sure this is a lot like parts of the Appalachian Trail. Only one other person's been up here since yesterday, since the snow came. This is a big step. In the distance, that's the Columbia-Wrightsville Bridge. It's a mile long, crossing the Susquehanna River. Up to the north, you'll maybe make out that white plume of smoke. That's Bruner Island, which is just downriver from 3 Mile Island nuclear plant. Just this past week, this river was totally frozen over, and the ice flows have since broken up and moved downriver. When I crossed this bridge just a couple days ago, the area we're looking at was all full of ice jams. Today I came across a side trail that I had never been on before, just off Route 441, so I'm hiking that. It's a very pretty area. This is still in the Chickies Rock County Park, and it's designated as an archery-only hunting place. Well, looks like we're going to do a little stream crossing. Piece of cake. Looks like we're going to walk up through this valley a bit. I'm sure that water would be tasty, but I don't know if it's potable. We have a lot of farms up on that hillside, and you never know if they're spreading manure. Yep. Looks like we're going up the hill. Catch you at the top. Well, we've reached the top of the hillside. This is also a horse trail, apparently. There is a good bit of development up on top of this ridge, but still a nice climb, a nice day for exercise. Haven't seen any wildlife out here though. Right now for this video test, I do not have the external mic on, so if we hear a little bit of breeze, that's why. So we're up to a farmer's field. Looks like they're posing some future signs. Nothing there yet. So off we go onto the trail. Okay, now where? Oh yes, Clayton Shank. Clayton and I worked together with several other members of the Lancaster County Park and Open Space Advisory Committee to buy this park. So this is a nice tribute to Clayton. But that looks like a driveway down there, and that must be the access point. So we passed the barn, walked through the fields. We're now heading back down into that valley that we first started up. It's a very nice trail. So I climbed up the hill heading toward Route 441. This is the top of the mountain, and back when I was a kid they blasted Route 441 through this mountain, and they created ledges on both sides to collect rockfall. So we're going to be heading down the trail toward Marietta. Well, that's the mountain I just came down off of. And at the bottom of it we have Chickies Creek, Route 441 bridge. Chickies empties into the Susquehanna River. And at this place, the remnants of these rock walls are two things. One is a canal system. You can see up through there. That would have been the canal bed, so this would have been one of the locks. And they also brought lumber down the river and brought it in here, and they had an impound area out here, which was a big lake actually, which is all filled in now. And they processed wood at this location. As we walk the Northwest River Trail toward Marietta, we come to the Muscleman Vista furnace, which was built in 1868. All the remains of the furnace works are ruins, elevated platforms for the rail that served the area, and the Paymaster's building, which serves as a historical museum, which is open to the public May through September. Next to the furnace works, there's a lot of row homes, which I'm sure at one time served as housing for the workers. We're going to head on back now toward Chickies Rock. And I think we might climb that and get a view of the river. See you down there. Well, that looks like about a 35–40% incline. Well, we have to blaze a trail up through there somewhere in order to get up there. That's our overlook. So you've heard of Muscleman Notch and the hardest mile on the AT. Well, I think I just did the hardest mile, the hardest quarter mile at Chickies Rock County Park. In the foreground is the Route 30 bridge. Just beyond that is the Route 462 bridge. And I hope you can see some white area between the two. That is some of the ice flow that still remains on the river. Between those two bridges there are some lower piers on which a mile-long wooden bridge stretched across the river during the time of the Civil War. And when Lee advanced on Gettysburg, the folks at Wrightsville and Columbia, the local militia, came out, and their plan was to burn a part of the wooden bridge, the wooden covered bridge, to stop the advance of the Confederate troops. Unfortunately, it was a little windy that day and the fire got out of hand and the entire bridge burned. We have a Norfolk Southern train passing below, probably on the way up to Harrisburg. Well, the sun's going down. I've already got 6–7 miles in, so time to head on back to the car. Well, we had a good workout today at Chickies Rock County Park. Did the Northwest River Trail and the Clayton Shank Trail. Just under 8 miles in 4 hours, and vertical climbs and descents of over 700 feet. So that was a pretty good workout for me. And that one hill that I had to climb, that was hand over hand in some places. I would not have wanted to slip because there was very little in the way of trees or anything to grab onto and break my fall. But it all worked out. It was a good challenge. Tomorrow is February 1st. Countdown is on to my trip to Georgia, down McCullough Falls. I checked the AT guide last night and discovered that March 2nd through 4th at McCullough Falls there will be vendors set up and trail talks. So it is like a trail days event that it will be going on for 3 days there. So that may affect my departure day. I was hoping to leave the 2nd, but maybe I'll hang around and see what's going on. All right, well, thanks for joining me on my trip today. Hope to see you on the trail. Till next time, take care.